Welcome everyone to some more Genshin Impact. And today, I'll be doing a somewhat short event called Feline Fortress Furrdyssey. And as the name suggests, it's about cats. So, let's get started. So here we have the quest, Furrdyssey Fortress's Frightful Fix. Go to the Cat's Tail entrance. Your recent travels have seen you and Paimon encounter all manner of strange creatures, but in light of various factors, Paimon would still like to have some fun with cats. As such, you intend to return to Mondstadt and drop by the Cat's Tail. Alright, let's see what's going to happen.
Looks like Margaret is talking with those two people over there. Wait, is that Rosaria? Huh. She's standing next to an adventurer Paimon doesn't recognize.
Think she's also here to play with some cats? Or cards?
Say no more, Valerina. I'll continue to help you out, just as Victoria requested. Look after the cats, check up on their health, give them a bath. These are all things well within my capabilities.
That doesn't solve our biggest problem though, Miss Rosaria. The cats have been so anxious. If we can't get them to trust us, they're sure to get sick from all the anxiety. We just opened, and the Furrdyssey Fortress is already about to go under.
Well, panicking certainly isn't going to solve the problem. The fact is, neither of us has a way with cats. That's not something I can change.
Hi, Rosaria! And hello to you too, Miss Adventurer! Sounds like you're all really worried about something.
Our cat saviors! They've appeared already!
Saviors? Seems a bit sudden considering we just met.
Sounds like a title we'll have to live up to. I smell a commission coming.
I'll try to keep it short. My name's Valerina, and I really like small animals. Recently, I've been trying to set up a shelter for stray cats. I call it the Furrdyssey Fortress. I thought it would be a good way to rescue those poor animals that have nowhere to go. Plus, getting them off the streets will improve the overall environment and look of the city. It's a win-win. The sisters over at the church heard about my plans and sent over the kindly Miss Rosaria to help.
I wouldn't exactly describe myself as kindly. I just accepted the assignment from Victoria. After all, I was the only one with any knowledge of medicine, or the spare time to help.
Well, it seems like you've got quite the plan, Valerina. Thanks for bringing us up to speed. So, what had you so worried just now? Are you short on Mora? Are you missing something you need?
No, I've got more than enough Mora. The funds, the location, the supplies, all the various procedures. They've all been settled. The main problem is, the cats. They, keep swatting at me. They're always hissing and swatting. They won't let me approach them, not even with treats.
The cats are afraid of me as well. They run away the minute I'm in the vicinity.
Oh, Paimon has heard something like this before. There's something about certain people that just makes cats afraid. Huh. A kind-hearted cat rescuer who doesn't get along with cats. Seems like just visiting the Cat's Tail would be enough to leave you flustered, let alone running your own cat shelter.
That's why we consulted an expert. But Miss Margaret wasn't able to offer a solution to our problem. She's short on workers, so she couldn't spare anyone to help us either. She did give us one piece of advice, though, to enlist the help of the Honorary Knight and their trusty helper in white. We had just wrapped up our conversation, and the next thing we knew, you two appeared before us like saviors sent by Lord Barbados himself.
Well, Paimon's not sure how much much Lord Barbados would know about taking care of cats. But that aside, we've never even worked at a shelter before, but somehow we've been turned into the saviors of the entire operation.
It's perfect timing, though, no? We were just talking about playing with cats.
Well, that's true. Even if Paimon has no experience working at a shelter, she's confident she can get on their good side just fine. Like, that's all we need to do here, right? We just need to show Valerina and Rosaria how to get friendly with the cats, and everything else should fall into line.
Feel free to focus your efforts on Valerina. Just call me if any of the cats need medical attention. If you all can keep the shelter running with minimal effort on my part, this errand might turn out to be a good use of my time after all. It's better than church activities in any case.
Ah, so that's why you agreed to help. You just wanted to shirk your church duties.
Well, I guess I should show you around first. Follow me, you two. Let's make our way to the Furball Fortress.
All right. Oh, over here.
Oh, it's just a regular house. Gotta say, Paimon was expecting something a little bigger with Fortress in the name and everything.
This was the biggest space I could find in the city over the past few weeks. The rent is cheap, so that's a plus. A half a year's worth of rent, along with all the Cat's Tail-inspired furnishings, only cost me a few million mora. Of course, not all of the cats will be staying indefinitely. We plan to offer some of the healthy ones up for adoption. As long as the new future owners prove capable and the cat seems like a good fit, they're welcome to take their new pet back to a loving home. This location is definitely good enough. We could even expand the business one day and start sheltering stray dogs, foxes, or even squirrels. When that day comes, though, I'll probably have to think of a different name. Maybe the Furball and Friends Fortress would be a better fit.
I would suggest letting all of this play out first. You still don't know if the customers will even get along with the strays.
Huh? Look over there! That cat is staring at us.
Oh, it's the little white cat. She's super afraid of people. She ran away when we tried to give her a bath. It took us forever to track her down again.
She looks so soft and clean, and her fur is so white and fluffy, just like fresh fallen snow. Wait, that's perfect! We should call her Snowball!
Our options. Tofu would also be a good fit. And pudding isn't a bad choice either. Tofu.
Ooh, those are some good names, Traveler, but Paimon thinks she likes Snowball best. Here, kitty kitty. That's it, Snowball. Good kitty. That's a good kitty.
It's been, what, a minute? And you already got the cat to listen to you. Did you see that, Miss Rosaria? She's practically a miracle worker. You really are a cat whisperer.
That was nothing. They may be strays, but as long as you give them a good name and call them with love, you're sure to gain their trust eventually. First things first, though, you gotta pay attention to the way you interact with them. How should Paimon put it? Basically, it all comes down to your demeanor. For example, you can't just stand there trembling in fear, Valerina. If you're afraid, the cats are sure to become afraid as well. As for you, Rosaria, you might want to keep an eye on your, facial expressions.
These poor creatures, picked up off the streets, given a name, and they now have a loving home. Fate is kind to even the lost souls who have wandered astray. This city really has brought peace and happiness to us all.
Hey! Snowball is snuggling up to Rosaria! Looks like she's not afraid of her anymore.
Did Rosaria just smile?
I saw it too. We should pretend like we didn't see anything.
No matter. There are more important things to focus on. Anyway, it's getting a bit stuffy in here. I'm going to go get some air. Call me if you need me.
Huh. Paimon thought Rosaria would be happier about that.
Please, teach me more of your ways, Honorary Knight. And you too, oh great cat whisperer. We're sure to get more and more strays coming to the Furball Fortress, and I doubt all of them will be as friendly as Snowball. There's still so much I don't know about interacting with them.
No problem, just watch and learn. It's about time we move on to a more advanced lesson. How to get the cats not to just trust you, but to like you. It's all about patience. As long as you put in the effort to get to know them, you'll become best friends in no time.
I completely understand. The Furball Fortress is still in its trial phase, so the more I can learn at this stage, the better.
Alright, let's see. Okay, so... okay, there's 3 attributes: comfiness, durability, and aesthetics. We're required to select one suitable furnishing. Okay, so we have to... okay, so we have our attributes, and we have to match up to the requirement line. Oh. What? Oh, there we go. Okay, so the icon will be displayed here. And there's only one unique combination of furnishings to complete the challenge. And the appearances complement each other the best. Alright. And once that's done, we can place food. Alright. Hi, the kitty. Okay, let's see. Okay, so there's 5 parts unlocked once per day. And... yeah. Oh, what's this? Alright. Honorary Knight, Cat Whisperer Paimon, are you too tired? Would you like something to eat or drink? Or perhaps a massage to relax your muscles? Never mind that for now. Let's talk business. That's right. It can't have been cheap setting up this Furball Fortress. Even Paimon knows that. If there's a problem with the finances, don't hesitate to let us know and we'll figure something out. Ah, so that's what you were concerned about. Well, we've nothing to worry about as far as Mora is concerned. My parents are both merchants. Not super rich, but they do support me with operational funds each month, so running the fortress is no big deal at all. I might look like a stiff breeze could blow me away, but I was the riddle solver in my adventuring team back when I was with the Adventurers' Guild. Quite often my entire team relied on my intelligence to overcome the strange mechanisms in the ruins and get us to the treasure. That's to say, I didn't come cheap if anyone wanted to hire me as a freelance adventurer. I used to take on quite a bit of work too. Sometimes I'd even complete over 10 missions in a month. In fact, the more I earned on my own has surpassed the operational funds my parents provide me with. At this point, I have enough to handle my daily expenses for a lifetime and then some. I don't really have any hobbies, and now the money that was just sitting in my savings is being used to help cats today, and tomorrow it might help more animals still. That works out just as it should, don't you think? Wow, you're certainly wealthy beyond Paimon's expectations. Hang on, what do you mean that works out just as it should? How should I put this? I've been part of many adventuring teams in my time, and I've dealt with all sorts of animal-loving people and pets. I've also met some compassionate souls asking others, and even the Knights of Bavonia sort of church to adopt stray animals. This, while they themselves don't have any money beyond that needed to support themselves. Some good souls with the means, on the other hand, donate enough mora to take care of 1 or 2 stray cats. They're good role models. I mean, it's good to have sympathy, but I don't really like asking others to do things that they, well, aren't even responsible for in the first place. You know, just because of your own feelings. That's why solving this problem is a job for someone who's both willing and rich, like me. I'll pay, and I'll do my part. Of course, I'll stop bothering you two and Miss Rosario once I've learned how to get along with cats. You know what, Valerina? That's kinda cool. Paimon didn't know that you had this side to you. Those stray cats are real lucky to have met someone like you. Paimon sure hopes that the Furball Fortress will help more cats in the future. Well done indeed. Such wonderful praise from the honorary knight and cat whisperer Paimon. Now I'm getting really pumped up again. I'll keep working at it. I will learn how to communicate with cats and manage the fortress as best I can. Food and drinks? Did you set up a kitchen in here, Valerina? Paimon hasn't seen one. And what about the chef? Or are you gonna step up to the plate? As you can see, well, this place isn't officially open yet. Some guests still stay here for long periods of time. And I wouldn't say making them go out and buy food and drinks themselves is an ideal situation. As such, I've set things up with Sarah at Good Hunter so that if our guests have requests for takeout, they can leave them with me. Then, Miss Rosario or I will put the order in at Good Hunter. I'm not running this place to make a profit, so the prices for ordering takeout will be the same as getting it straight from the restaurant. Oh, wait, you're not even charging them for delivery fee? I'm sure our guests will be thrilled to be able to enjoy delicious food at the original price while playing with cats. Right? Even you think it's a great idea, don't you, Cat Whisperer? Once the fortress officially opens, this can be one of its selling points. The more people we attract, the more likely the cats are to find a suitable owner. Once the number of visitors and the rate at which I adopt cats reaches a nice balance, I'll consider expanding the scale of our operations. Once that happens, we'll be able to add a management area and areas in which other stray cat animals can be adopted. Though that's an issue I'll have to plan out in the future. Just leave the business operations and data gathering to me. Don't sweat that stuff. Alright. Hi, kitty. Okay, let's go set this place up. So we need this much of each attribute. Alright, let's see. That adds durability. Okay. Let's see. Trying to look at furnishings to get an idea. Oh, that's too much comfiness. There's the comfiness. That fits aesthetic. Oh, too much comfy. Too much durability. Oh, there we go. Perfect. you go. Play with the cat after feeding it. Okay, let's give some food. I'll give fish. Kitty! Alright. Oh, we could select a cat or directly invite a cat. Okay, 3 levels. Trusted, cherished, inseparable. Okay, so we have 8 points. The ears, face, body, tail, and paws. Okay. Different cats, different preferences. Okay. Okay, so pet where the cat likes it. And don't make the cat angry. Okay, always change it up. Oh, okay. And it changes as the meter goes up. Hi, kitty. Oh, it loves that. Oh, it doesn't like that. Sorry, kitty. Do you love the other ear? Oh, likes the upper body. Oh, kitty. Such a cute cat. There you go. I reached cherished. Alright. So... Oh. Aww. Oh, doesn't like that. Okay. What about the other paw? Oh. There we go. Inseparable. Are we done? Yeah, we're done. Aww. Oh! Hi, Mona. Meow. Is this really how cats greet one another? I wonder if my pronunciation's on point. Looks like Snowball didn't understand even a whisker. Mona, are you trying to speak cat? Oh my goodness. Professor Magistus, that is not how you pronounce it. Try roaring at it like rawr. Hey, rawr sounds more like tigers or lions. That's a good way to frighten a kitty and turn it into a scaredy cat. Paimon, so the rumors were true. You really are working at the Furball Fortress. Working probably isn't the right word. We're helping Ballerina and Rosaria out, so we're more like consultants. Yeah, that's it. Being called a consultant sounds really impressive. By the way, great astrologer Mona, are you looking to adopt a cat to assist you in your astronomical observations? Based on my understanding of astrology, it shouldn't be too hard to teach a cat to read the various aspects of the stars. I might even teach one to help me write manuscripts? Steal a peek at Snowball. Boldly stare straight at Snowball. On second thought, maybe not. One who can only read the stars but is ill-versed at stringing words together would not suffice to convey my illuminating insights. If I really needed an assistant, it would be better to just take a trip to Fontaine and recruit some staff member from the Steambird, or find a Melusine who can use the typewriter and bring them back to Mondstadt. Were I to really adopt a cat, at most it would be to play with it a bit, to relax and relieve the stress from the exhaustion of academic inquiry. One mustn't be a bad owner. When you get tired, it would be best if the cat is tired enough for a cat nap as well. Before I set foot in here, I never imagined hanging out with cats would be such a joy. Ah, how wonderful life would be if we could always be happy like this.
Looks like you're going to be a real conscientious owner. Guess this cat's gonna be in fine hands.
But I've also heard that some cats can be quite rambunctious, always jumping around, biting, and clawing the furniture. Imagine my manuscripts or astrology tomes ruined by feline canines. That'd be troublesome indeed.
Making a snack out of precious books? Paimon can barely imagine something so terrifying.
Snowball looks quite well behaved, but seems not to comprehend my meaning. Perhaps we lack that special connection. So I would like to observe a bit more. You know, keep an eye out for obedient cats. Oh, and I must calculate the cost of a cat bed, cat food, and other expenses. Not too luxurious, but also not so shabby. Wouldn't do to submit the cat to hardship. It's okay. Take your time. There are many more furry felines in this fortress.
Yeah, Valerina said that she'll adopt even more strays in the future. So even if no cats catch your eye today, you can always come back often to play and have a look.
Aww. Alright. Well, I do find inspiration sometimes when I play with the cats. But as I do, I find my motivation to write waning. On the other end, you're always raring to go every time I see you. It's almost as if you're simply inexhaustible. Hold on. We're not workaholics either.
Yeah, we're always traveling, so we don't do too much exhausting work.
But when I dropped by the Steambird before to take care of some things, I noticed an editor compiling mountains of notes. Hundreds were related to a blonde traveler. Destroying the puffer fruit floating here and there, defeating monsters and bandits up and down the land, escorting masterless cargo through dangerous areas, and every 7 days taking care of commissions from ordinary citizens, sometimes completing dangerous bounties. Your weekly workload is practically 14 to 70 times that of some elite adventurers. Some people even ask for star readings to predict when you'll arrive, just so they can hire you.
Huh. So are we actually that hardworking and popular?
If you could apply that same industriousness to helping me write articles, I mean, I would provide a detailed summary and the underlying theoretical basis, and you would just help me put it to paper. We could probably publish hundreds of papers in a year. No, we'd be able to publish a slew of books with tons of time to spare. Great. And what would my cut be? Or my handwriting isn't exactly the prettiest.
Paimon's not sure you get paid all that much for your writing anyway. Would there be enough left if we split the proceeds?
We'd split it down the middle regardless of the amount, of course. With my brains and your tireless toil, it would be a completely fair arrangement. The more we write, the more we'll sell, and the greater the readership. the income will naturally grow substantially. Oh, I've prepared a whole bunch of these theses. So many that I'd not run out of material even if I proceeded at an ideal pace for several years. I'll wager that plenty of those articles will end up being cited and utilized by the academic community. And oh, those licensing fees will be glorious. Anyway, if you are willing, then we can discuss the details once I'm finished preparations. Who knows? Perhaps we'll become an ace astrology arrangement with the highest proportion of thesis contributions. Are the manuscripts being difficult lately? Difficult is not the phrasing I'd use. Not ideal in quality, perhaps. Though the results of my astrological observations are crystal clear, and my mind is equally sure about how it wants to convey them, I just can't put quill to paper. If I were to put out something wishy-washy under these circumstances, the quality would not be worthy of the name of Mona Magistus, the astrologist. So it's not just burnout, but the high expectations you have for yourself. Yes, and it was at such a moment that I happened to hear about the trial opening of the Furrdyssey Fortress, and thought I'd come and try relaxing a bit here. You know, get myself back in the right state of mind. But after playing with the cats, I found that I was too relaxed. Well, the study of the stars and penning papers requires a certain seriousness. That's totally normal. Maybe you just haven't played enough. If you cut playtime short and force yourself to work, it's no surprise you won't be able to focus. Just don't think about anything, empty your head completely, and just take a nap when you tire yourself out from playing. You'll definitely be full of energy and enthusiasm the next day. That would be the ideal anyway. But what if you still just want to have fun? You do have a point, Paimon, which does fit with another possibility, which is that the current course of fate has yet to come into contact with some key factor. Deadlines are fixed, but days suited to important work are flexible. We must wait for the crucial sign. But for now, I shall follow your advice and stop thinking. I'll continue enjoying myself here in the Furrdyssey Fortress. Who knows? The sign that I should pick up my pen just might come tomorrow. Thanks, Aya. And you too, Paimon. Oh. Not playing with the cats? Or do you have a takeout order for me to take care of? What do you think of this job?
You don't seem to play with the cats much. Do you find this boring?
It's alright. Boring and interesting are relative. I don't anticipate any major incidents or accidents occurring here. It's a very ordinary job, little different from staying at the church. No, there are some differences. Some of these cats are very clever, and they understand me just fine. I find interacting with them interesting enough. And even though Valerina is quite similar to Victoria in the way she finds things for me to do, they do have very different ways of doing things. It's a fresh experience, I suppose, and that, in itself, is new. It's not a bad feeling.
Well, that's great! Paimon thinks you get along pretty well with Valerina and the cats, really.
You do indeed get along well. Thank you, and I hope things stay that way. Which cat do you like the most?
Paimon's curious too. Have you ever found a cat you'd like to get close to or wanted to take good care of?
That's rather sudden, but I suppose it's natural for people to be curious about things like that. I would say no.
Wow, that was quick.
That's a surprise. I knew it. Different people have their own definitions of the word like. To me, right now, there's no living being or object I think of in those terms. That said, it's about the same for things I dislike. My willingness to care for these cats, to spend my time on them, is because it's my job. Or should I say that it's a problem before me that requires little effort on my part to solve. So why not? If nothing else, this job's presented me with some pleasant surprises. I'd consider that good enough. Paimon didn't really get that, but it sounds positive? Don't worry, I didn't get it either. Don't overthink it. Life's like a placid lake most of the time. You just need to get used to it. And if you can't, I'm sure someone of your ability can change all you see before you. Good luck either way. Okay, let's see. Okay, furniture that matches, this. There you go. Okay, play with the cat after feeding. Okay. Let's try giving this chicken. Kitty! Alright, let's see. Oh, loves that. Oh, there you go. Aww. What about the other ear? Oh. Oh, let's keep going. Oh, the cat. What about... Oh, it doesn't like that. Oh. There you go. Aww. Aww. I love kitties. Oh. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Gosh. Never thought I'd be meowing this much in a video. Both Bunny and Amber have a point. Oh, so that's it. A most astute observation. Hold on, I'm a bit lost. Actually, Paimon doesn't really get it either, but she can tell that Amber and Bunny have reached an understanding. Aya, Paimon, you're here. I was just thinking about going to look for you. I've already heard all about how you're helping Ballerina with the Furrdyssey Fortress. That's the Aya and Paimon for you. The second you're back in Mondstadt, you're already being such a huge help. Gosh, my mic's in the way. I, the honorary knight, will fulfill my mission no matter its nature. The defense of the cats in Mondstadt is one of my many responsibilities. Speaking of which, what were you and Bunny discussing just now? You seem to be having a really fun conversation. Oh, I was just asking Bunny about the weather and whether or not it would rain. Huh? Do cats know that kind of thing? Lisa said something about that. According to a book she read, cats are very sensitive to humidity and don't like the feeling of being wet. So, if they notice a sudden increase in the humidity, they'll start nervously pawing their faces and licking their fur. Once a cat does something like that, it's a sign that a large rainstorm is likely on its way. Whoa! Paimon had no idea! That's so cool! Guess we just learned something amazing by accident. In that case, Aya, let's pay more attention to cats during our travels. That way, we won't, keep getting soaked by huge downpours from those big black clouds. I suppose we'll have to pay more attention going forward. Since when haven't I paid close attention to cute kitties? I originally came here to ask Valerina about something. But just as I was talking to her, this little kitty snuggled up close to me and yawned so loudly, it was just too cute. Since she was so affectionate towards me, then I need to show how friendly I am too. That's when I remembered what Lisa told me, so I went ahead and asked Bunny about the weather. But she responded by rubbing her face, then wagging her tail, then lying on the ground snuggling against my hand. So is it actually going to rain or not over the next few days? Hey you two! You're doing such a great job managing this place. I never imagined you'd be so good at this too. As long as you're enjoying yourself, Amber. That's right. Valerina also orders food from Good Hunter. So, Amber, you can stay here and play when you're on vacation. Oh, speaking of which, have you finished all your recent missions, Amber? When you were asking Bunny about the weather, was it because you have to go out on gliding patrol soon? Relax, no need to worry. I won't be going out on patrol today. I was just asking Bunny about the weather to make conversation, that's all. I'm here today for two reasons. First, to satisfy my own curiosity, and second, to help a friend. I have a friend who's very skilled at making handicrafts and used to make all kinds of toys for kitties and doggies. Many of the furnishings at the Cat's Tail were made by her. After I heard about the Furball Fortress, she contacted Valerina and supplied some furniture and toys. The very same ones you see here, in fact. What I didn't imagine was that Valerina couldn't bear to accept donations and insisted on paying her. Now that the fortress is a few days into its trial opening, my friend wants to understand whether or not the cats like her toys, but she doesn't really have time. And she doesn't understand cats very well either. So I'm here to conduct an on-the-spot inspection, and the results are in. Full marks. If even the person making cat toys can't communicate with them, how do you manage it, Amber? Natural talent? You practice with Baron Bunny? I don't know either. Maybe you're right, Aya. Those do both sound like good reasons, but maybe there's another, and that's my duties as an outrider? Outriders are different from scouts, who need to both quickly obtain intelligence on the enemy, but also strike first. Outriders need to do their best to stay out of sight, and use every means at their disposal to gather intel. Sometimes the chirping of birds, the bouncing of squirrels, and the grunting of boars can tell me what I need to know about monsters. If I'm lucky, animals that are familiar with me will come up and warn me of monsters of their own accord when they see me in areas I often patrol. Whether they do it by chirping, bouncing, or grunting, they all mean pretty much the same thing. Oh, scary! There's bad guys over there! Compared to those sensitive wild animals, the cats outside are really easy to communicate with. Never mind these super well-behaved little kitties in the Furball Fortress. Paimon never imagined that Outriders would have to master skills like those. If it was Paimon, she'd probably get dizzy just trying to listen for a little while. Oh, it's not some essential skill. It's just something I've picked up from my experiences. For an Outrider, the most important skill to master is using a wind glider. On that note, Aya, your wind glider skills haven't gotten rusty in your long absence from Mondstadt, have they? Would you like to test me personally, Instructor Amber? My gliding skills soar upward by the second. Now that's the spirit. That's what I like to see. The next time we meet, I'll be sure to give you a real test. If your skills really are even sharper than before, then I'll personally make you some sticky honey roast. Yay! Amber sticky honey roast. Let's find a time to practice a bit more soon, Aya. You've got to make sure you can back your boast up. What kind of cats do you like, Amber? Me? I'm not really sure myself. Each cat is cute in its own way, so it's really hard to compare. That's true. Fur color, build, fur patterns, eyes, ears. There are combinations of characteristics beyond count. If Paimon had to choose, she wouldn't be able to pick either. Though, when you put it that way, I don't think I've ever seen a red cat. A red cat? A pyro kitty. Cat? If there really were red cats, Paimon bets they'd be super energetic and wreck the whole house if they got upset. Well, Teyvat's a big place. You can find all manner of amazing and mysterious things here. Just think about it. There are slimes of all different elements and colors, so maybe there are cats with all sorts of fantastic and exotic colors in some place we've never heard of. Yeah, you know, the Grandmaster's really experienced and knowledgeable, so maybe he's seen some during his travels. Once he comes back, let's find an opportunity to sit down and talk together. We can ask him then. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we need a lot of comfiness. There we go. And let's give this one. Kitty! Ah, kitty! Okay, let's see. Oh, doesn't like that. Okay. Oh. really likes that. And there you go. Inseparable. Aw, kitty. Oh. It's you. Me. I'm talking. Talking. Razor, are you talking to Dustball? It seems like Dustball is trying to say, that's right. A familiar scent. Looking for friends. It is good. Happy. Meow. Meow. Friends followed the scent. You came too. Happy. On your body, the smell of wind and rain. Very familiar. The scent of cats. Also familiar. Paimon. Very sweet scent. Smell good. Eh? Sweet. Could that be the flavor of the pancakes Ballerina gave us? Did Paimon eat that many? I gave you half of my portion, remember? No sweat, you can still eat triple what you ate before. Really? Paimon didn't even notice. It's all the pancakes' fault for being so delicious. And Paimon also wants to eat sweet madams, steaks, and hash browns. Oh, and drink some apple cider. Okay, that's a menu for the next meal then. Come on, Aya. Let's go place our order with Ballerina. You come too, Razor. Thank you. This ball has brought me lots of, nuts. And meat boxes. I am very full. Sounds like Ballerina ordered delivery then. Did Dustball deliver the food to you, Razor? Meow, meow, meow. Paimon never imagined that the cats would actually end up taking care of the customers here in the Furball Fortress. Looks like you really are the cat's meow, eh, Razor? Seeing Lupa call, I am happy. Razor, are you acquainted with Dustball? It sleeps outside city wall. Takes me there. Very comfy. It has many friends. Many. Outside city. Starving. Inside the city, there's food. Me? Hunting. There's food. Oh, so you already made friends with Dustball outside the city. Sounds like you do have quite a few friends out there. Then they delivered the food out to their friends outside. Why don't those little cats just come inside the city? Sure, the walls might be a little high, but there's shelter from the wind and rain and plenty to eat. They like butterflies flying high. They don't like places without wind. Dustball different. Like people more. He wants to give food to friends. His friends like human food. They like human food, but don't want to live in the city. Those are some pretty fickle cats. He wants to bring friends. Inside. Use food. Bring them inside. Convincing cats to come inside for food with food. That actually might do the trick. But if we bring all those cats over here from outside, will the Furball Fortress be able to handle it? If this place was really filled to the brim with all kinds of cats, Ballerina would be really happy. But the funds might... Cats good. Food good. Hungry. Bad. I will help. Anyway, we should make sure that the cats are fed first. Yeah, no matter what, we should take care of delivering the food before anything else. If only we could convince them to come live in the city. And we need to explain things to Valerina. That's right, after all. The cost of running this verbal fortress are all coming right out of her pocket. Razor, how are the cats outside the city doing right now? Past few days. Brought food to friends. Now, they not hungry. Phew, that's a relief. Now that we don't have to worry about the cats suffering from hunger pangs while we speak, we can go discuss this with Valerina. Thank you, Lipical. When with you, no need to worry. Alright. Oh. Ah, here we go. Alright. There you go. Oh, there. Okay. I'll pick this. Kitty! Aww. Oh, didn't like that. Aww. Oh, didn't like that. Oh. There you go. Oh, it doesn't like that. Oh. Eh. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. Inseparable. Aww. Oh, so this is the rumored sacred land that people named the Furrdyssey Fortress, and yet it is furnished in such a prosaic manner, shabby one might even call it. Surely a few, swings woven from the vines of purple agate grapes might be built, pure silver lamps mounted with candles made of abyssal sea salt, all the better to light the cat-feeding platters with the motif of night-born stars. And, yes, statues forged in the image of cat familiars by melting the venerable coinage of lost dynasties and adorning them with strange pearls and dewdrops from the depths of a fjord. Surely this would make for an amenable choice. You surely must agree, do you not, dear familiar? You have yet to declare your name to your princessin. Think on that then, and know that it shall be your utmost honor to be known to her. His name is Dopey, esteemed princessin. Dopey isn't the brightest, and he can't really understand or appreciate your exquisite choice of words. Please, show him clemency, princessin. Hey, wait, no, that's not right. Why does Paimon get like this whenever she sees Fischl? Nothing wrong with that. Let me give it a whirl, too. I, the great cat conjurer, sincerely pay my humble respects. As I anticipated, cat conjurers, thou hast once more been brought before our august person by the weavings of the threads of fate. 'Tis a most pleasing reunion.
What a title! Looks like Fischl heard about us from Ballerina.
By your consel, much thought have I given of late with an immonocrite to realize the ingenuities obtained from prior experiences, and I have decided to select the most sagacious and sensible of cat familiars to accompany my eminent person on my sojourns.
Oh, so you were also planning on taking care of a cat, Fischl? Well, understandable. Most people want to have their own after seeing just how adorable they are. But, Fischl, don't you already have Oz? And the two of you tend to move really fast. Can a cat keep up? Or are you gonna have Oz fly while carrying the cat?
I, the Princessin de Verrutelung, often traverse 3,000 universes. Though such a journey may not be long, having more suitable companions and gaining insight into things easily overlooked naturally wouldn't hurt. Oz also would like to have a cat familiar to play him, to join forces with, to guarantee that my mood shall shine bright as moonlight every second of every day. Yet 'tis a shame that though Oz went to great pains to don a form that sets most at ease, he cannot diminish his majesty fully, and cannot approach the cat familiars. Whenever dear Oz gets within 5 paces of a cat familiar, their fur shall inadvertently stand on end and inflate like a bloaty-floaty unmoored. Any closer and terror overtakes them, and they flee from the hills. The animal archons, devoted and loyal nuns, recommended that Oz repose without, and as their advice was sound, I graciously assented.
Majesty? Oh, right. Paimon gets it. You mean that Oz's body has so much electro energy that the second he enters the Furball Fortress, all the feline fur gets electrified, right? But if that's true, then how could a cat ever travel with you, Fischl? If only there was some material in Teyvat that could block the effects of electro. Then we could make cat clothes out of that material, and then a cat could travel with you and Oz no problem. Meow?
Give it to me first. Those electro slimes will be no match once I have donned this panoply of war.
But now that Paimon thinks about it, elemental power is super duper mega strong. If there was a material that could just easily resist something as powerful as the elements, that would be too good to be true. We probably shouldn't stand around daydreaming.
Naivety. Do not jump to judge a cat familiar's talents through common sense. The semantic resources of mere mortal words struggle to accurately convey their properties. Perhaps somewhere in this world there exists a cat familiar that can dive deep into the depths, endure in an inferno, and ride upon the wind. Such a special entity would surely have no fear of thunder or lightning. So long as I am patient in my search, I shall find it. Forsooth, even if I should seek for 10 years or 100, it shall be but a fleeting instant in the immonocrite. Additionally, the devotion to one's development in life is as important as the innate nature one is born with. I see this dopey has immense potential. Perhaps after joining my retinue for a spell, it will become all the more familiar with the power of electro. By happenstance, I, the princessin, have disentangled a million myriad menial affairs, thus allowing myself a tincture of time to spare. Perhaps, then, it shall not hurt, endeavoring to stay here and familiarize myself with these cat familiars, particularly this Dopey. Then Paimon hopes you'll have fun here in the Furrdyssey Fortress, Fischl. No need to tremble before the princessin. You have done well indeed to care for these cat familiars, flawlessly even. Keep up the fine work. As the princessin de Verrutilung, I shall remain here for a bit longer, reading the poetry of the soul of these feline familiars. Oh my gosh. Your Royal Highness the Princessin de Verrutilung, how proceedeth thy reading? Yeah, Paimon's curious too. How are you getting along with the cats? Did you find any special ones? It has been just a few short days, merely a snap of the fingers, however, and our promising feline retainers are yet deep in preparation to display their prodigious capabilities before my royal person. Only this creature with a name most humble, as though it was seeking to actively conceal its unique talents, this Dopey, has dared to respond to my tests and has proven relatively cooperative. Praiseworthy indeed. Wait, so the other cats just gave you the cold shoulder because they couldn't understand your unique way of speaking? And only Dopey is usually willing to spend time with you? Blasphemous slander, how could that be? Not surprising. Ahem, such topics are unworthy of further examination. Cat Conjurers, the time has come for you to demonstrate your wisdom and offer up your counsel to mine august person. I am sure that by this time you have long since gained deep insight into all the habits and favorite victuals fancied by the feline familiars here within the Furrdyssey Fortress. Oh, so you just wanted to ask what the cats like to eat. That's an easy one. You sure are a quick study. The moment you noticed the cats ignoring you, you immediately thought of using food to get close to them. A classic stratagem. Most wise main princessin. As expected, such an intricate formulation could surely only be mastered by you, my cat conjurers most clever. To discern the potential of each of these feline retainers, I, the princessin, must also reveal a suitable skill amongst my talents unnumbered, and show these cats the world. Good luck, Fischl. Though, remember to exercise portion control. Even if it's their favorite foods, cats can't eat too much. Don't let them pig out or waste food. Paimon. Stare. Hey, why are you looking at Paimon like that? Paimon always orders what she likes and finishes every morsel. She would never waste a crumb. At least, Paimon doesn't think she's ever wasted anything. As for pigging out, Paimon may sometimes eat a bit more than usual, but that can't really count as pigging out. How has Oz been lately? Oh, right. What's Oz been up to while you've been playing in the Furrdyssey Fortress? Is he just waiting by the door? Or did he go outside to the city by himself? Could that be dangerous for him? Oh, do not jest. This is Oz we speak of. Osvaldo Huranavins, the being who reigns supreme over 3 universes. Surely you are not concerned for his safety? Hardly necessary, I do say. Even at 100 paces, 1,000 paces, any harboring treacherous intent would be overwhelmed and overawed by the mysterious depths of his gaze, and would never dare to act rashly. In our journey through the ages, it is inevitable that Oz and I will sometimes act separately. When Oz is not at his place by my side, he prefers peace and quiet, and will actively conceal his person rather than chat with mortals. Simply by observing the placid surface of a lake, Oz can sift through millions upon millions of memories, and from them allow entirely new philosophies yet undreamt of to bubble up. This is one of his favorite pastimes. Paimon thinks she gets it. He should be by Cider Lake right now, somewhere we can't see, resting and enjoying the breeze. So you get to have fun in the Furball Fortress while Oz gets to treat himself, resting the way he likes. Seems like a good deal for all. Very good indeed. Naturally, I, the Princess in Deverutalung, cannot long linger here in this Furball Fortress, where the pressing matters of many different worlds await the attention of Oz and myself. The next time I see you two, my good cat conjurers, I shall surely have sought out a cat familiar who fears not Oz's might and majesty. Oh, where are you, Sir Pouncelot? Where do I even start to look? Are you alright? Honorary Knight! Honorary Knight, I'm here to report that the squad cat I was charged with caring for knocked me out and escaped. Squad cat? Knocked you out? Well, it's really embarrassing, and I can never let the Honorary Knight worry about me. And our captain's busy with debriefing reports at headquarters, so I must find Sir Pouncelot on my own. Are you sure you're alright? Yes, I am. Thanks for your concern. I'm just a little woozy after eating a paw to the head. Sir Pouncelot didn't really hit me that hard. He was just a bit upset. It's all my fault for being too weak. I shouldn't have gotten it into my head that to pour Phonius powder on the toy before giving it to the cat. I just thought it smelled nice, you know, but Sir Pouncelot saw it as a threat, and either way, I deserved a beating. In any case, it's best I picked up training again. I don't use normal weapons at the front line, but even slinging bombs requires quite a bit of strength. It's okay if I can't take on a boar, but being knocked unconscious by a single swipe from a big cat. Let's just say that I'd failed the next combat skills assessment, as I am now for sure. I must uphold my duty as a knight. Or perhaps I could design a bomb-firing device with a caliber exceeding the launch tube with width based on Liyue's explosives and Fontaine's muskets? Well, no matter what, that's a job for later. And either way, this was all my fault. I can't trouble you with it, Honorary Knight. No way. You're basically captain tier after all. I'm sure you have lots of more important things to do. Well, I shan't bother you then. It is rare to have such leisure time. I wonder if Main Fräulein is also enjoying herself. Oz seems to be resting. Best not to disturb him.
The cat is hissing at me, Miss Rosaria. I'm scared.
You should probably give him some space. Get too close and all that swatting might catch you in the face.
Oh no, seems like Valerina has run into some more cat-sized trouble.
Looks like the shelter has a new stray. There's something almost dignified about him.
Honorary Knight! Cat Whisperer! This big cat just barged in here after Snowball. He must have spotted her when she went out for a walk and followed her all the way back here.
Easy, easy. No one's going to hurt you here. All those evil things, all those bad people who forced you to do whatever it took to survive, they can't find you here. You're safe within these walls. You're surrounded by good people now. Their constant hovering might get a little annoying, but it's all for your own good. Just relax. A life of leisure isn't a bad thing, you know. You just have to get used to it.
He understood all that?
Looks like it worked. Smart cat.
Whoa, this cat is way bigger than the others. His coloring looks like fresh squeezed Buell fruit juice. And he's wearing a scarf too! Huh? Looks like there's some sort of design on it. Oh, it's the symbol of the Knights of Avonius! He deserves a name fit for a knight then. He is pretty feisty. How about Sir Pouncelot?
You really do have a way with cats. He looks way more at ease now.
Paimon thinks you deserve to take the credit this time. Sir Pouncelot seemed to calm down right after everything you said to him.
You're getting much better with them, Rosaria. Hopefully you're finding this gig a bit more fun, too.
It doesn't matter to me either way. Although, the fact that they're cute doesn't hurt.
Let Paimon show you how to put Sir Pouncelot completely at ease. Paimon just needs to work a bit more of her magic and he'll be as happy as can be.
Alright. Let's see. Ah, here we go. Aw, kitty. Okay, let's see. There you go. And this. Aw, kitty. Hi, kitty. Oh, mean. Oh. Alright, aw, kitty. Oh, doesn't like that. Oh. Inseparable. Oh.
You better be on your best behavior from now on, okay? Don't go causing trouble now. Paimon knows you're a sweet, happy little cat. You'll get along with everyone just fine.
He's so adorable. I just want to scratch his head and pinch his little cheeks.
He does have a certain endearing quality about him. When he's not causing trouble, that is. I wonder how he got that injury around his eye.
The traces of restorative potion indicate that Sir Pouncelot should be in the vicinity. Huh? Oh, it's the traveler Paimon and Sister Rosaria. And you must be an adventurer. I don't believe we've met. It appears Sir Pouncelot has taken quite the liking to you.
Albedo! It's been such a long time! It's super great to see you. But are you sure you're in the right place?
I'm assuming the captain of the investigation team is here for some important reason?
Captain? He's a captain of the Knights of Favonius? An important officer just showed up without warning. And I don't even have any refreshments or snacks to offer! Please, allow me to explain, sir. I assure you, this shelter is operating under a legitimate business license. All proper procedures have been followed.
Assuming that Albedo has arrived to investigate her business, Ballerina frantically searches for the relevant documents while explaining the purpose of the shelter. Ballerina appears intimidated by the identity of the visitor, unaware that the investigation team doesn't handle such inspections.
There's no need to worry. I was simply in the area helping my team address a small issue. Namely, the location of this cat right here. Not too long ago, Interim Team Feline Treatment Case Number 3, Sir Pouncelot, knocked out the weapons officer who was watching over him. He then fled and disappeared into the city. We knew we had to recover him as fast as possible. The cat belongs to the investigation team and even bears the insignia of the Knights of Favonius. If he were to wreak havoc across the city, well, that would hardly be a welcome result for any party involved.
So, he actually belongs to the investigation team? That would explain the Knights of Favonius symbol.
You're saying Sir Pouncelot is capable of knocking out a knight? And what's with all those official-sounding titles you added to his name? Interim treatment case something or other? Is there something else you're not telling us?
Well, I suppose I should explain. 2 months ago, Sir Pouncelot got lost in the wild and accidentally ingested whopperflower nectar. Due to certain effects that are not entirely understood as of yet, the nectar caused him to triple in size.
Huh.
Triple? Even regular-sized cats can get pretty bold when they're upset. A cat triple the size? Oh, Paimon bets even a hilly churl wouldn't be enough to scare off a cat like that.
So that's what happened. No wonder he was so anxious. For cats, or really any animal that lives in the wild, a larger size doesn't exactly confer many advantages. What it actually does is make their appearance more noticeable and their movements less nimble. Which in turn means living in perpetual danger of exposing themselves to attacks from predators. In other words, it means living in a constant state of fear.
Exactly. When Sir Pouncelot stumbled upon our encampment, he looked quite worse for wear. His entire body was riddled with scars, and he appeared exceptionally anxious.
That's awful. I guess he had a good reason for all that swatting earlier then. If all that had happened to me, I would be afraid of new people and strange animals too.
You don't need to worry too much. The problem has already been solved. I administered a restorative potion to eliminate the alchemical effects of the whopperflower nectar and help him return to a normal size. Although he still might appear a bit larger than the average cat, his current size, at least, should pose no more threat to his quality of life. While in our care, various knights have been taking turns watching over him. In light of his feisty demeanor, Klee decided to call him Sir Pouncelot. We all thought it was quite fitting. We even made him that little scarf as a testament to his time among our ranks.
Whoa, Klee and Paimon were totally on the same wavelength with this one! We thought of the exact same name! Great minds really do think alike!
Sir Pouncelot's extreme level of anxiety and caution around people may be a result of residual trauma from the time of his transformation. You could say he was less than friendly towards the weapons and signals officers on our team. Klee wasn't around that much to entertain him either. However, it appears Sir Pouncelot has taken quite the liking to you. The knights on my team would never have imagined that he could warm up to people like this.
Well, they are our dear cat saviors after all. The famed honorary knight and Paimon the cat whisperer. No matter how feisty or frightening the cat, after a few minutes with the traveler and Paimon, they'll be as sweet as can be.
If that's the case, then I have a question for you both. Would you be willing to adopt Sir Pouncelot?
Wait, really? But doesn't he belong to your team?
Well, we did take him in, but it was simply out of necessity. We were always planning to find him a permanent home after his condition became more stable. The investigation team is no place for a pet, and we are a combat unit after all. Any knight he got close to would have to go on assignment eventually. It's hardly appropriate to just leave him at camp, and bringing him on our missions would only frighten him further.
All good points. He's been through quite the ordeal already. For a creature like that, it's best to keep him away from potential triggers. That way he can slowly recover in peace.
We could set up a nice cozy little home for him in the Serenity Pot. It has everything he could want, and most importantly, no monsters.
Great. Welcome to the family, Sir Pouncelot.
Thank you so much, Albedo!
Oh, no need to thank me. If you find yourselves with some time on your hands, maybe you can bring him by the encampment sometime. I'm sure my fellow knights would love a chance to see his calmer side.
That was so touching! I can't believe I got to witness such a special moment! I do believe this counts as the Furball Fortress's first successful adoption.
Hey, my veil is not a handkerchief.
It appears you enjoy interacting with small animals, Sister Rosaria. I must admit, I find that a bit surprising.
Paimon can also sense that you're an animal lover, Rosaria. You definitely have a way with cats. You just haven't realized it yet. After all, it's not a side of you that comes out very often. Snowball warmed up to you right from the start, and you were the one that helped Sir Pouncelot calm down back there.
Oh, I didn't really do anything though. I was just there.
Ah, I've got it! I've learned so many useful tips from our dear cat saviors recently. I've decided to extend the shelter's trial period for a bit in order to go over what I've learned. With some effort, I hope I can be a cat whisperer too one day. For now, though, I'll settle for cat whisperer in training. When I open for good, what do you say we run the shelter together, Miss Rosaria? With the two of us, we could rescue every stray in Mondstadt.
The sister and the whisperer working together. Almost sounds like it was meant to be.
Oh, well, this errand hasn't proved to be too troublesome. It's light on work and stress. I suppose I wouldn't be opposed to your suggestion.
I don't know much about rescuing stray animals, but this seems to be quite the milestone. Allow me to offer my congratulations. If my fellow knights run into any strays, I'll be sure to tell them to send them your way.
Thank you, thank you, thank you! I really can't thank you all enough for your support. Don't worry, there's a generous reward in store for each and every one of you. The trial phase of the Furball Fortress could not have been more successful. When we open for good, you all simply must come to the opening ceremony. We'll cut the ribbon together.
Now that's what Paimon calls a successful commission, rewarding in more ways than one. Mora, a sense of accomplishment, and of course, our special friend Sir Pamsalot! Talk about a win-win-win! Paimon can't wait for the Furball Fortress to open for good!
Aww. Alrighty then. Looks like that's it for the event. Somewhat small event where we basically take in stray cats, take care of them, and pet them. And automatically I do love this event because cats. I love cats a lot. Which is interesting considering my username says puppy in it, but I love all animals, so. And yeah, a short and sweet event. Nothing too crazy going on, but it's adorable. And I think that's it. So anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.